This is a workshop about being sensual, being a queen, being in your dominatrix energy. It's fun, it's light, but it's deep at the same time. So you get everything. You get the fun, the light, you get to know yourself more. And by the end of the session, you're going to feel a lot of energy, a lot of excitement for what's next for you. We'll be talking a lot about your future self, your magnetic self, what your queen is like and what your dominatrix is like. So do not be afraid. It's very playful. It's very light and fun. Hi, Rani. Nice to see you. Rani is one of my clients. She just completed the Badass Woman Blueprint, which is a 3-month program. I'm normally based in London, but today I'm in Thailand. So that's why I'm like all hot and sweaty. And that's why there is like the jungle behind me. It's pretty cool. But yeah, my hair gets really wild. So I guess it's a good introduction to the queen energy. It's the wild queen, playful energy. And I'm glad to see some of you on camera. I would love for you to put in the chat where you're joining from. Oh, I'm seeing Karin as well. Karin is also one of my clients. So yeah, put in the chat, please, where you're joining from and what brings you here. Where you're joining from and what brings you here. And I'm going to share my screen in the meantime, just so you can see what we will cover today. This workshop is 75 minutes. By the end of this session, you're going to have a glimpse of what life feels like when you lead from your power. It's a feminine power. It's magnetic. It's beautiful, and it's your authentic self. I want you to start to feel what's possible when you tap into that energy. How grounded you can feel when you are tapping into your queen energy, when you're calm, clear, untouchable, when you feel like you can just, create. How you feel, how you reignite your sensual fire. So we talk about like connecting to your senses, feeling fully alive in your body, not just in your head. It is mindset, but it's also body work. What does it mean to tap into your dominatrix energy? Being bold, unapologetic, and taking action from desire, not because you have to. You will see we talk a lot about pleasure. What does it mean to lead a life from a place of pleasure, a place of bliss? You want to be in the flow of life. That's what I'm teaching my clients, and that's what I'm going to teach you today in the time we have. I have a program called the Return of the Queen. The next start is actually Wednesday. This is the last chance for everyone to get to know this work, to try it together now. And then if you like it, this is like your introduction today. You can already feel like you're in it. This is like you're creating the momentum. Today is step 1. And starting next week, if you wish, we can work together. I work in a very small group. And we do live sessions, and we also do recorded videos and posts. So you can also do that on your own time. And it's 4 weeks. I will tell you more at the end. I only have 3 spots left, so you will have to be quick if you want to join. What I wrote here, waking up what's already in you, is because I want you to understand that all of that is already in you. I know for sure you've done work on yourself before, because generally speaking, people who join me in my work are people who are curious about themselves. They want to grow who they are. They want to get to the next level, and they have done work on themselves. This is work where we work on your assets. We work on what's special about you. We're not trying to make you forget parts of yourself. This is already in you, and I'm only here to facilitate that flow for yourself. How we're going to do that today, and generally, how do I work? I work from mindset. We work on your core beliefs, your presence, your inner authority, like really like from a place of groundedness, authenticity, and also we work with your body. So movement, breath, and sensual expression. Today, in this 75-minute session, I'm going to guide you through a short visualization. I'm going to explain the concepts to you so that you can feed your mindset. And then at the end, we will do a bit of movement. Obviously, this is a free workshop. We don't know each other. This is going to be just a little tester, but I hope it puts some seeds. It plants the seeds for you to go much further, whether it's with me or on your own. I'm going to introduce myself, but I just want to see who's here. Catherine, you're from York, UK. Rani, yes, London. Perfect timing from this. Karine from the airport. 3 months program, yes. So Karine did the 3 months program, the Badass Woman Blueprint as well with me. And she signed up for this Return of the Queen starting on Wednesday. I'm very excited to start with you. I have a few clients who signed up to this new course. It's a new course, the Return of the Queen. I've only done it once before. Ruth was in it. Isn't it a good sign when your clients come back to you and they come to your workshops and they sign up to a new program? I love that. It makes me really happy. Esther is from Edinburgh, and I want to change my life. I think we have to be gentle in life. And much of what I see is patriarchal male in life. Yes, absolutely, Esther. Esther, I used to live in Edinburgh. I used to dance there. Mariana, based in Helsinki, Finland, originally from Montreal, Canada. Well, I guess we have 2 Canadians today. Actually, I lived in Canada as well. I have the Canadian citizenship too. So there's 3 Canadians here. Anna, Stockholm from Sweden. And Natalia, Finland, interested in understanding, experiencing joy, pleasure, and energy. Absolutely. For those of you who put in the chat or curious, I want to know what you're curious about, what it is that you would like to explore. Actually, I do have 3 questions for all of you because I want to get to know you and I want you to be clear with what are your objectives. I would love for you to write that in the chat. What do you want to explore most? Pick one. Feminine energy, sensuality, seduction. The second question, do you feel the call to mostly work on your mindset or movement? If you had to pick. And the last question, which archetype are you most interested in exploring? Is it more the queen that attracted you here or the dominatrix? And write that in the chat so I can know what brings you here and I can shape the workshop even a little bit more around your needs. In the meantime, I am going to introduce myself because I haven't yet. My name is Laurence and I'm from France originally. I've been living abroad for 18 years. I've been living in Canada, the UK, different places. At the moment, I'm here in Thailand for 2 months because I work 100% remotely. And I was like, why not? Why not going to Thailand instead of feeling the cold? I was a dancer for many, many years. It was the biggest part of my life was to be a dancer. I was a podium dancer on stage, pole dancer on stage, and also a stripper. And I loved it. It's totally a choice for me. I love playing with sensuality and seduction. I love making money. I love expressing myself with my body. And I love being in my feminine, femme fatale kind of energy. So yeah, I was a stripper for like maybe altogether with dancing, maybe 15 years. I'm 44 now, so I'm not on stage anymore, but now I coach. In addition to that, I studied law when I was younger. I did a master's in law. And I do like to mention that because when I studied law, I was very much in my masculine energy, very cerebral, very like linear thinking. Obviously, it's very serious. And I loved it. Nothing wrong with that. But I felt like I was only tapping into one side of myself. I was also a dancer. And when I dance, I feel like I'm my full self. And I learned to cultivate my feminine energy. And I learned that the hard way, in a way, because when you work on the floor, and some of you might have read my email, like I talk about that in my email, to you is like when you are a stripper, you have to sell your dances and you really have to tap into your sensual, feminine, seduction vibe in order to feel the in order to feel really magnetic and in order to seduce and make money. And if you want to be like glowing on stage, if you want people to stop talking and just look at you, you have to feel magnetic. That's something I've learned to cultivate. And that's what I teach now. That's what I teach in my coaching. So let's have a look. What brings you here? I have Nat, feminine energy, mindset, dominatrix, feminine energy, mindset, queen, feminine energy, mindset, dominatrix. Curious about the course and what it was about. I'm really interested in feminine energy movement and definitely looking my inner queen. Okay. And Anna, feminine energy movement, mindset, and queen energy. Lovely. I love today, we're a small group. I love that. I really want to address what brings you here. I want to answer your questions. I want to make sure I'm here for you. The work starts today. If I'm going to be your coach, then I want to get to know you. I want to know your challenges. And I want you to share in the chat as much as you feel comfortable. Because the more you share, the more you, number one, you're being seen by everyone. People can relate. And also I can support you. I can answer the questions. Feminine energy, movement. Okay. Feminine energy is very present. And I'm glad because it's definitely at the core of my work. So what do we do now? I want us to do a minute of grounded, like we're going to ground ourselves. Just sit back, take a minute, be very brief, close our eyes, and we're just going to tune inward. So you can close your eyes, breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I just want to invite you to have a little check-in within yourself. How is your body feeling right now? How is your mind feeling right now? And just be curious about that. There is no good or bad answer. This is a question for your body to express itself. It's a chance for your body to be seen, to be felt. So if there's any sensation that are coming up, any emotions, let them and listen to them. And now you can breathe deeply together one time. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. And open your eyes and welcome back. Are you feeling grounded, everyone? Are you feeling present? Are you here with me? Yes? Okay, let's talk about the queen energy. I want to explore with you the concept of the queen energy and even the dominatrix. This is going to feed into the next stage, which is exploring where you're at and what your objective is. The queen energy. What do we mean when because we hear those terms, we hear them everywhere, they're very buzzwords, like you're exploring my queen, my goddess, all these things, like those come up a lot, but what does it mean for you? So generally, when we think queen, I like to think of, number one, your posture. How are you standing? How are you sitting? How are you moving in the world? The queen, I'm pretty sure it's the same for you. When you think of a queen, you think of like a majestuous, like a magnetic woman that is like, has like a long neck, her shoulders are open and at the back, and she's like gracious, but she's also quite strict, quite clear on what she wants. There's clarity that comes with the way she is. And that's because she's a ruler. She rules her kingdom. So she has to be very clear on what she wants, what she doesn't want, what's good and bad for her. She has a steady, grounded, respected vibe to her. And generally, she's got nothing to prove. She's the queen of her kingdom. And she chooses, she leads, and she inspires. That's basically who she is. I love to think about the queen in my work because we're talking about archetypes. And it's the same when we talk about the dominatrix. I know it can be scary, but those are archetypes. What does it mean? Archetypes are like, basically, they're a bit like stereotypes. They're a bit like big character traits that we use, and they're like imagery. And, you know, humans have always used imagery, like symbols and archetypes to define a certain character. And I love to use that because we relax when we know we're exploring an archetype. We kind of remove ourselves a little bit. We feel a little bit more safe to explore. And so we're like, okay, what does my queen look like? What does she, you know, and you can really shape that queen. And she's, at first, she's like an external thing, but then slowly the work is to embody her, to get closer to her. So you're creating the path for yourself to be that person. And in the visualization that we're going to do in a few minutes, we're going to envision that. You're going to become a bit clearer on what she looks like for you. That's the queen. Generally speaking, that's what I mean when I talk about the queen. Now, the dominatrix. The dominatrix can be a little bit scary. I'm aware of that. The dominatrix, initially, obviously, it comes from the kink word. It comes like the word of like sexuality and kinky stuff. To be clear, a dominatrix generally, just so you know, do not have sex with their submissive person. It's actually not a sexual thing. It's more like a mindset game. We're exploring the dominatrix mindset. The reason I just get a smile when I talk about the dominatrix is because the dominatrix is alive. She's bold. She's provocative. She dares to do things. She leads. She's the most ultimate leader of her own life. The way she leads is because she's seeking pleasure for herself, and every decision is made based on how she feels. So it's like, oh, pleasure is calling me. People around her, they want to be, it's a bit like the queen. That way, like people are excited to be serving those women. People feel honored to be supporting this woman. The reason for that is because those women are the most authentic. They're so authentic to themselves. They feel truth. They feel safe. Because, you know, when you're authentic, you're safe. Like you feel safe with somebody who's authentic. You feel like you know what to expect. You know there's no like hidden agenda or anything. So those are the queen, the dominatrix are character traits that are like authentic and bold. And I love that. I love that. I want you to think, what does it mean for you if you were reaching to that queen dominatrix energy? The more daring, the more bold part of you, what would it look like? What would it look like? What would life look like if you were able to tap into those energy that I just described? I would love for you to write in the chat what it is that you're working on, trying to achieve. Tell me and be specific. It could be like maybe you want to develop your work, maybe you want to improve your relationship with your husband, maybe you want to meet somebody. What's your objective? I'm writing the question for you in the chat. What are you working toward? What brings you here? Usually there's something. Don't be shy. I'm seeing Anna, she's working on relationships in general, like, okay. Karine, be more confident in the inner me, my glow and sensual power. My answer is really that I don't know, which is probably why I'm here. Okay, Catherine. Okay, so yeah, interesting. So it's like, Catherine, it sounds to me like, you know there's more for you, but you're just not quite sure what it is, what it looks like, where to go with that. Is that correct? Yeah. It's like you feel like you're not at your full potential. You can get more. So it's good to everyone to be as specific as possible, because if it's just like a big cloud and you're like, yeah, I'm heading that way, but I don't know what, it's actually harder. If you start identifying small elements of what you're trying to accomplish, they can be really small. They can be a feeling, they can be a thing. It's going to, it's like a cloud that's starting to form shapes, and it's getting you already closer. Mariana is saying, I would like to become more confident, my feminine energy, and ultimately meet someone. Yes, enjoy pleasure and sensuality. Love it. My objective is to be completely authentic in my work, relationship, empowered and confident, or connecting to my sensuality. I'm working on getting a compatible partner, build my confidence and my inner queen, dominatrix, sensual, sexy, feminine energy. Yes, so confidence. Confidence, it's funny because sometimes I don't even mention confidence, because everything we're doing now, ultimately, it's confidence. It's building your confidence. It's just confidence is one of those big words that can mean so many things. I work on mindset and body. I invite you to really think like that. How do I feed my mindset? What does my mindset need? What does my mind need to build confidence? And then think at the body level. What does my body need to feel confidence? Like a deep, deep confidence that is completely like independent of anything else that's happening in your life. It's a core knowing of who you are and trusting your body. And the work we do together is like tapping into that life force, that energy, and at the same time, shifting your mindset, your limiting beliefs, helping you see what makes you special. What is your special thing? Change my life, Esther. Okay, so change your life, like Esther, if you want to just write like what exactly, like love life, professional life, you want to grow your income, do you want to feel physically more beautiful, like what is it? I'm going to show you how do we do that. This is a very quick, I want you to see where you are now on a mini map. This is like the stages of life that I created based on coaching women and seeing how people operate. My belief is when we're in childhood, so we start here at the bottom, childhood, we're in our being. What I mean by being in your being is that you learn the world. You're a child, you're like experiencing life through like your senses. You're trying things, you're touching everything, you're tasting everything. And that's part of like learning, that's development. But then slowly, early 20s, usually you move into a doing energy, which is more like, okay, let's get shit done. Let's find a job. Let's find a flat, an apartment. So you become more like a doer, and it's healthy to do that. I think we all need to do that in order to build a solid foundation. Usually, most people, they stay in their doing for the rest of their life, and deep down, they don't feel fulfilled because they're in the go, doing. For me, when I talk about connecting to your queen energy, your sensuality, your pleasure, I'm inviting you and I'm teaching you to switch back into your being. But this time it's a being 2.0. It's your new being. Your doing is still happening. It's in the background. It's your life, your day-to-day. But you're working on the being 2.0. So you're like switching back to experiencing, to being, to feeling. You're going to relearn to operate from your senses, your body, your bliss of life, your flow. You're not going like upstream anymore, like, fighting, swimming, and it's hard. You're actually embracing life. You're in your flow. You're in your being 2.0. And this I associate with a strong feminine. A strong feminine is to be sensual, intuitive, and have that badass energy. The badass energy is when you're really magnetic, but you're also daring. And it's very much the dominatrix energy. She's daring, she's playful, she's going to test the limits. The doing is when you're in your masculine. A lot of women who come to me, they feel like they're here. They're in the doing, in the masculine, and they're like up. They're like reaching the top of that. They're reaching the limits of being in their masculine and they're doing, and they're like, like I just want to go back to who I am, my sensual. And then they come back to being in their being. But that takes work. It's not like one free session, or that's the thing. So I'm going to show you this because this is, I call that the virtuous cycle. The virtuous cycle is a bit like the snowball effect. Start with a small snowball and it picks up snow, and then it becomes like a, I forgot the word in English, but like an avalanche in French. It becomes like a big thing. Today we're here. You're learning a new method. You're at the beginning of the spiral. But it's a virtuous spiral. It's a good spiral. The beginning is always a bit harder because you're learning something new. You have to challenge your way of being. You have to put some work into it, some effort, some money. You have to invest in yourself so that you're actually taking yourself seriously. And you're like, okay, I'm done with that old version of myself. I'm done with the free workshops and, whatever things that are nice, but you're still where you are. So something needs to change. So you need to learn a new method. Today, you're starting that. You learn a new mindset. You learn to embody your body differently. This will trigger you to modify your behavior. You're going to start modifying how you are, your behavior. You're going to implement new habits. When you start implementing new habits, you're going to start seeing it becomes a habit. Others start to see you differently. You start shifting how you see yourself. That's the core thing. That's the secret to, people can't call it quantum leap, like big changes. Like if you want to change your lifestyle, if you want to attract different people, if you want to make more money, whatever you're working on, it starts by shifting your identity. So you're not anymore the person who, do not feel sensual, or you're not anymore the woman who's in her masculine energy. You're not anymore that person. You're tapping into another side of yourself. You start seeing yourself differently. That's very important because that's going to bring yourself to feel more authentic, feminine, happy, and that is very attractive. You kind of you connect with that magnetism in you, and that's very attractive. The moment you tap into that, you're going to start seeing a lot more results. People are attracted to that. They want to hang out with you. They want to work with you. They want your energy. And that changes everything. And then that's when you start securing bigger outcomes, like finding the love of your life or financial success, whatever you want to manifest. This is confidence work. This is confidence work because you're shifting how you see yourself. And by the time you do this work, you're going to feel, I'm a confident woman. I'm a sensual woman. I trust my body. My body is my biggest asset. It's strong, it's powerful, it's feminine. And it's like you're coming as your full self now. Whatever you do, whoever you talk to, it's not just your head. It's not just you being in a good mood. It's your entire self that is showing up because you have learned to build harmony within yourself. I'm going to give you an example. I just had a session, like literally 1 hour ago, before this, with my client who finished the program with me. Her name is Liz. I asked her permission to share this. She just told me that story. I think it's exactly what I mean. It's a micro example of what I mean. She went to last week, she went to a parent-teacher meeting, for the kids. And when she showed up, they were like, everyone was waiting outside of the school and all the parents were there and nobody knew where to go. And people it was a bit chaotic and messy. Everyone was lost outside of the school. Part of the work we do is sometimes my clients have to practice to be in their queen energy for like 10 minutes, or it's like mini challenges. And so she was like, okay, I'm going to practice being in my queen energy now. And she decided that she was going to find a room where everyone is meeting for the teaching meeting. And she kind of led the way. And all the parents decided to follow her because she looked like she knew what she was doing and where she was going. And the next thing she saw, like everyone was following her. She found the room, and everybody was like kind of looking up to her as like she knew. And it's just funny because she had no idea where she was going. But she managed to find a room. Everyone was following. She managed to lead. And so it was a way to be in her leadership in a mini way. And so we were talking about that, about this idea of being able to tap into that energy. Maybe at first is like in a small way, but then it becomes more and more and more and more. And then you end up being that person. Maybe at first you feel like you're in your queen energy for 10 minutes, and then a bit more, the day after a bit more, and you practice that. And so that's what we do. That's the work you do with me. We're going to do a visualization where you're going to be able to visualize that for yourself. Okay? Can I get a thumbs up? I want to know if everyone is on board. Everyone is here. Everyone is ready. Yes? Okay, let's do it then. I invite you to close your eyes and sit back, relax, and just tune inward. So this is a moment for you to listen to how you're feeling. This might be like an emotion that is coming up. It could be a sensation in your body, perhaps pain, pleasure. And breathe deeply. And I want you to see yourself in 1 year. You're seeing your version of yourself in 1 year time from now. And you're looking at her, and she's in nature. She might be at the top of a beautiful mountain, looking at the horizon. She might walk in a forest or on the seaside by the beach. So take a few seconds to visualize that future self. She's the most magnetic version of yourself. She's very feminine, comfortable in her body, confident. I want you to observe her now. What does she look like? What is she wearing? And what is it about her that makes her feel so magnetic? Be curious about her. You can look at what she's wearing, how her hair looks like, how she's walking. What's her pace when she's walking? And now I want your present self to walk close to her. So your present self is walking closer to your future self. She's getting closer to her. And as she's getting closer and closer to her, you can start feeling the energy of your future self, your magnetic feminine queen. She's got that really magnetic energy. I want you to feel that. What kind of energy is it? Does it feel warm? Does it feel fresh and cool? What color is it? Is there a shape to that energy? And you might even see and feel that golden, like a golden bubble around the queen, around your future self. Maybe there's a big golden bubble around her, and it's like a magnetic energy around her. Something that people can feel when they come close to her. So observe that. Maybe that's a different shape for you, different color. And your present self is now going to stand in front of your future self. And ask if there's any message, anything that she should know. Maybe your future self has a message for you, or an object, a gift. And receive it fully. Take it. You can thank her now, and you can tell her you're going to visit her again and again. You're grateful for her. She's your guide. And you can breathe deeply, deep inhale through the nose. And deep exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose. And deep exhale through the mouth. And now you can come back, open your eyes. And I would like to invite you to write in the chat 3 words that describe that future magnetic self. Three words. I'm seeing some comments: vibrant, energetic, softness, peace, happiness. Confident, feminine, and peace. Glowing, magnetic, super fresh. Love it. Keep going. Those words are important. I invite you to write those words in your notebook. Those words are important because they are the ingredients to your queen, to your dominatrix, to your leader, to your future. Keep sharing, everyone, in the chat. Also, I will be answering questions in a few minutes, so you can start preparing that as well. Everyone, get up. We're going to move. It's going to be very light and easy, so don't feel pressure. But I want you to stay on camera, everyone, as much as possible because we're together. And I just want you to move into your queen. So embody that vision, embody the queen that you just saw. You can follow my lead if you want, but you can just do whatever you want. You can step, you can jump. And remember, your queen is inside of you. Your queen is in your core. It's like a fire. So you're moving from that
flow of energy. It's doing that. Energy is like coming out. Come on, Ruth, you have to move with it. And so remember, this is not like a choreography, there's no expectation. The idea is to feel that inner fire, that queen, that goddess, and she's leading. She's leading. So chest proud. Whatever you do, I want you to have an open chest, like this. Long neck, elongated spine, and you move like that. Your ribs are in. You don't need to be like that. Ribs in, strong core. I'm laughing at you. I'm falling on my knees. Forgive me, I'm a fucking fool. The practice as well for all of you is to take more space. I see some of you are taking space and I love it. I see Mariana, you're like taking space. I love it. So this is about taking space, being seen, being heard in this world. Yes, Rani, love it. We're here to have fun, remember. You can be silly as well. I love being silly. With my clients lately, we've been rolling on the ground. During some sessions, we're just rolling on the ground. And it's just relaxing a little bit, you know, letting life be fun. And feel free to touch the ground, lower. Use the elements around you, use the wall, touch, be in your sensuality. So being in your sensuality means touching on your senses, using your senses. So touching, you can touch the wall, you can touch your hair, you touch your skin. This is about being sensual and feeling, and it's about feeling good, feeling sexy. And the only person who can decide if you're sexy is yourself. And so now we're going to ground a little bit. So have your feet both on the ground. Your weight is equally divided between both legs. I want you to feel a toned core. I'm going to go like this. You can see it's like tone, straight spine. I want you to feel like a thread that's like elongating your crown, the ceiling, the sky, and it's going through you. And it's going all the way to the ground. And it's a gently elongating feeling. Your spine is doing that. So your neck is feeling long. And this is your way to feel grounded, firmly standing on the ground. The ground is supporting you. You're grounded in life. You're powerful. You're solid. At the same time, you're open, you're connected, you're in touch with the elements, you're in touch with the universe, you're open to the world. And so that's your magnetic, that's your queen. She's open, connected, relaxed, goes with the flow, playful, but she's also grounded and solid. And so remember, strong core, not like tense, but relatively tight. Open shoulders. We're going to take one deep breath together. Deep inhale through the nose, and you can open your arms. Let that go. One more together, arms up, deep inhale. And let go. Okay. Come back. My question for you is, what's the takeaway for you so far?
What's the takeaway for you? I love I'm seeing all the words that you wrote, everyone, about your future self, and it's beautiful. I'm seeing Mariana saying trust and be me. Yes. Absolutely. So remember, write that as well. I encourage you to write that down for yourself in your notebook for later. And so it's really important you understand, like, this is the beginning. But this is at this point, I'm sorry to say, but it's going to be a temporary feeling for them. You're going to feel energized, dynamic for the day, probably, maybe a few days. But the work is not that. The work is repetition. That's why I have a 4 weeks program, which I really I would love to have you. I would love to have this group. This group into the start on Wednesday would be amazing, because you guys are really great. And some of you are already going to join, so that's really good. But like, working over time, repetition until your identity shifts. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to support you, to guide you step by step into that future self. And that future self is not in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. That future self can actually happen very quickly, because it's a virtuous cycle. The beginning is a bit harder, you have to work harder, and then it flows and it grows and grows. And in a year or two, you can be in a very different place. Just reading the comments, more yoga movement, be enjoying the body. Yes, Catherine, I have everything I need already inside myself. I just need to connect with this more. Exactly. The work, sometimes people think the work is to find new ways. You already have that in you. You all do. We are born naturally abundant and beautiful creatures. Honestly, like, I'm not saying like nature made us that way. It's amazing. So it's not about like finding who you are. Like, you are who you are. It's about developing it, exploring it, play with it, exploring that side of you so you become your full self. But you need support to do that. You don't stay stuck. You don't stay stuck in, and I don't want you to do that only when you're in a good mood. I want this to become you. Trust myself, be free, be in my body. Amazing. I want to share how to work with me. And I think Ruth can be maybe the one talking about that. This is for those of you who are like, okay, like, I'm excited. I'm ready. I want change in my life. I'm fed up with just like basic work. I want to get the momentum in my life, achieve more. And then that's who I want to work with. So I want to say that first. And by the way, we're a very small group. It's like 4, 5, 6 people. It's deep work, very personal. So yeah, because it's a new program, it's an offer. So yes, the answer is you can always sign up later, but it will most likely be more expensive. You do get a lot of recorded course. So it's not just 4 live sessions. There's a lot of content as well that you're going to explore on your own. So you get a lot. Any question, anything else? Karine, she's done the program and she's doing the Queen program on Wednesday. I don't know if you can talk now because I know you're at the airport, but if you have anything you want to share or any question you have about the program, feel free to do so. Yes?
I'm just about to board the plane, so I don't think I can say much. Just that I really love listening in and I love everything.
Thank you. Well, clearly you have like the happy face. Lovely. Well, thank you, Karine. Yes, I found this workshop. I do this free workshop, okay, like regularly, and I'm getting more and more of my clients. They come back. It's so funny, but I'm actually going to Karine, you might be interested to hear. I'm going to create a membership. I know I had mentioned that before, but I'm actually doing it this time. It's going to be a membership, but only available for those who initially took the program. Then all clients can go into a membership, and then it will be like weekly sessions. It's really like a hub for you to stay in that energy and practice. And because, yeah, people keep coming back. So clearly it's, you know, it's good. Mariana, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the session. Anna as well. Thank you. Thank you very much for the comments. Ruth, thank you so much for your help today. It's very fun to have you.
It's great to be here.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.